వసుధైవ కుటుంబకం.
परो वेति गणना लघुचेतसा अयन्निजः परो वेति गणना लघुचेतसा उदारचरितानान्तु वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् उदारचरितानान्तु वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् वसुधैव वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम्. वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् सनि मगरि सनि अयन्निजः परो वेति गणना लघुचेतसा अयन्निजः परो वेति गणना लघुचेतसा उदारचरितानान्तु वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् उदारचरितानान्तु वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम् वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम्. Shri Sai Ram. We pray to Sadguru to unfurl the national flag. This will be followed by the national anthem. Offering our collective salutations at the feet of Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, esteemed guests, devotees, staff and students, Sai Ram and welcome to the celebrations of the 77th Republic Day of India. मिट्टी में धर्म बसता है, सांसों में अभिमान, संस्कारों से लिखी गई है भारत की पहचान. भाषाएं अनेक सही, पर एक ही है भाव, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, यही भारत का स्वभाव, यही भारत का स्वभाव. The Hindi poem that I recited are not just words relevant to this day, but it is the truth that has echoed since time immemorial. Penned by a son of the soil, one among those countless heroes who gave us our country, our freedom, and our great heritage. On this proud and auspicious occasion of India's Republic Day, we celebrate the soul of our nation, its constitution, and the timeless ideals of dharma, unity, equality, and service. As the nation commemorates Republic Day 2026 under the theme Vande Mataram, a self-reliant India, we pay homage to this ancient soil, a land that has embraced all, sanctified by the footsteps of many great avatars, saints and seers. With Sadhguru's permission, we will now commence the march past. With the tricolor flying high and the rhythmic drum beats guiding their steps, we now witness a powerful display of discipline, unity, and coordinated strength. The march past is not merely a tradition, it is a living tribute to the values that uphold our republic, a moment that fills every Indian heart with pride and purpose. The atmosphere comes alive with the resonant beat of drums as the brass band sets the rhythm with the stirring strains of Sare Jahan Se Acha. Mark Twain once said, India is the cradle of the human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition. These young students are the torchbearers of India's bright future, entrusted with the sacred responsibility to carry forward the immortal dream of Rabindranath Tagore, that one day our nation will rise to a realm where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. With courage, knowledge, and unwavering determination, they embody the hope of a free, enlightened, and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Students, with their synchronized steps and unwavering resolve, embody the spirit of teamwork, dedication, and the enduring will of fire that has always propelled our nation forward. As they march, let us remember, Bharat has faced storms, endured trials, and yet it continues to flourish. In their hearts beats the same will of fire that has lit the path of a nation since time immemorial. With courage, unity, and determination, they remind us that no challenge is greater than the spirit of India, and that our nation will always endure, evolve, and reach new heights. The march past is far more than a tradition. It is a living ritual of precision, where each participant becomes a vital thread in the fabric of unity, discipline, and resilience. Leading the parade and approaching the dais are the boys from the Sri Sathya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam, marching in 3 squads. With absolute synchronization and seamless teamwork, they demonstrate that marching as a contingent demands constant alertness, discipline, and unspoken coordination. Every stride speaks of courage, every formation reflects collective strength, and every salute honors the ideals of our motherland. Marching to the rhythm of patriotism, these young hearts carry forward the legacy of generations who faced challenges with grit and perseverance. Their steps are not just a display of coordination, they are a testament that when we move together with purpose, we endure, we rise, and we grow stronger. Up next are the boys from the Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, marching in two squads. The motto of the university, Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam, perfection in action is yoga, sets a benchmark of excellence for these young minds, inspiring them to strive for nothing short of perfection in all their endeavors. This contingent includes undergraduate and postgraduate students, along with learners from the Skill Development Center and the Integrated Agricultural Sciences Program, as they offer their salute with dignity and reverence. Marching forward with precision in every movement, confidence in every stride, and focus in every gaze are the boy students from the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. Manasa Bhajare Gurucharanam, Dustara Bhavasagara Taranam, that is being played now, was the first message given by Bhagwan Baba, one of the greatest patriots of the country, who uplifted mankind through his teachings and mammoth service projects. Leading the girls contingent is the squad from Prashanti Balamandira High School and the Sri Sathya Sai Prashanti Niketanam Nallakadaranhalli. The rhythmic beat of the drum serves as the heartbeat of this collective spirit, guiding each step with purpose, discipline, and pride. As they march past progresses, let us acknowledge the dedication and perseverance of these young leaders. Each step they take represents discipline, teamwork, and a deep sense of pride for their institution. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements. What we witness today is not just a parade, but a demonstration of these values that these students cherish: determination, responsibility, and commitment. Approaching the dais are the girl students of the Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence Nallakadaranhalli, marching in three squads. They embody the immense potential of empowerment through education and values, affirming that building a strong nation begins with building strong individuals, guided by ethics, driven by purpose, and united by a shared vision. As we witness these students march past with impeccable discipline and devotion, let us remember that they are not just marching for today, but for a future built on values, dedication, and selfless service. Approaching the dais Now are the girl students of the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research marching in 2 squads. They embody the spirit and guiding motto, Mrityor Mukshya Mamritat, from mortality to immortality. As the world's first completely free medical college, the institution stands as a bold step towards liberating healthcare from the clutches of commerce. The 2 squads include students pursuing MBBS, nursing, and allied health sciences. Their disciplined march reflects unwavering commitment to the higher ideals of healing and humanity. These young future healers represent a new paradigm in medical education, one where education and knowledge is pursued not for profit, but for service to society. On this day, as we celebrate the constitutional right to equality, Sadhguru's healthcare mission is a testament to this, extending the right to free and universal healthcare for all. As they march forward with resolve and purpose, they carry the promise of a healthcare system rooted in empathy, ethics, and equality. This is not just a parade, it is a promise, a pledge to uphold righteousness and truth. Let their march inspire us all to walk the path of excellence in our own lives. The girls' brass band will now retreat with a quick march. The girls of the Sai Symphony Orchestra have completed a remarkable journey in just a year and a half under the able leadership of Dr. Dimitris Lambrianos. They have been able to match professional standards, being able to perform alongside musicians from across the world. Today, the brass section of the Sai Symphony Orchestra, led by their leader V. Bhuvaneshwari, marches forward with immense pride and confidence, making its way towards the dais while skillfully playing their brass instruments. The powerful notes of the brass explosion resonate through the air, filling the stadium with energy and joy. With every note they play, they offer their salute and gratitude, acknowledging the invaluable opportunity and guidance that has shaped their beautiful and inspiring journey. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam once said, India must stand up to the world. Only strength respects strength. These words remind us that true strength is built through knowledge, self reliance, unity, and the unwavering resolve of its people, especially its youth. Sadhguru's efforts in building a better world through the verticals of health, education, and nutrition will find its fulfillment when each one of us takes up the responsibility of not just building, but restoring our nation to its rightful place as the Vishwaguru. Today, we will have two of our students share their thoughts with us. Our first speaker for today is Sister Tejaswini, pursuing her third year in Vedic Studies at Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, Muddenahalli campus. Sister Tejaswini, please.
तुमि विद्या तुमि धर्म तुमि हृदि तुमि मर्म त्वं हि प्राणाः शरीरे नमामि त्वां मातरं वन्दे मातरम. Invoking the blessings of our beloved Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba and offering my reverential pranams at the divine lotus feet of our master Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, and all those whose hearts find solace in the Bharatiya way of life, a warm good morning to all. At the very outset, I take this opportunity to extend my hearty wishes on this momentous occasion on the 77th Republic Day of our motherland. This day is a significant milestone in the history of our nation, as the dream of self-governance was realized through the adoption of the Constitution of India, the supreme law that governs us. On this day, we declare to ourselves how we perceive ourselves and what ideals we as a country stand for. It marks the creation of a political order based on the principles of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Our democratic framework is a testament to the broad-minded vision of embracing all and leaving no one behind. In this nationwide celebration on the 26th of January, we acknowledge our collective achievements, celebrate our cultural diversity, honor our heroes, and determine our future course of action. It is a day to pause, celebrate, introspect, and march forward with greater zeal. Our celebration today is enriched by drawing strength from the words that once awakened our national consciousness. This year's theme is a unique celebration of 150 years of Vande Mataram, written by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, a Bengali writer. Through his poem, he portrayed the country as a divine mother who is the source of all wisdom, nourishment, and life. This imagery resonated deeply with the nationalists, thus becoming a powerful symbol of India's freedom struggle, inspiring patriotism, cultural pride, and national identity. His poem was the catalyst behind the conceptualization of Deshmata or Bharat Mata by later scholars and artists. In my opinion, this year's theme is apt for all of us, as today we are standing at the cusp of a golden age, the Amrit Kal as declared by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Vande Mataram was a uniting force 150 years ago, and celebrating it today is not merely paying homage to this great work, but also a reminder of our collective identity and an effort to connect all the citizens to the common goal of Vikasit Bharat. The song is a testament to the fact that one may not be a soldier guarding the borders or a civil servant, yet we can always find a way to express our devotion to our motherland through our own talents and professions. Therefore, the onus is on each one of us to ask ourselves how we can contribute to make a change, how we can show our love to that mother who has nourished, protected, and cajoled us in her lap. Our Our work is not to restore Bharat's glory, for she is eternally glorious. Our effort is to realize her glory and be mindful of our responsibilities towards her alongside exercising our rights. Our fundamental duties state that it is our primary duty to reflect in our conduct the noble ideals and strive towards excellence in all individual and collective endeavors. An obligation of this high order can be fulfilled to its truest essence only if we possess clarity, conviction, and above all, purity in our hearts, the kind of which stems from deep spiritual experience. Our scriptures say, Manasyekam, Vachasyekam, Karmanyekam Mahatmanam. Great beings are they whose pure intent reflects in their thought, word, and deed. In our own institutions, we have selfless individuals who have contributed to the country in their own ways, whose lives we can emulate. This year, we are commemorating the 100th birth anniversary of Anna, who was one such individual who sought to uplift the nation through instilling values in the youth and empowering them to lead ideal lives. He was a visionary leader and a patriot who was adored by many because he walked the talk, firmly living by the very principles he preached. He followed his calling with courage and conviction and translated them into his life's purpose. Today, his life, vision, and mission is being immortalized by our Sadguru, transforming it into a mighty missionary global revolution which is truly standing up to its name of Loka Seva Vrinda. Our beloved Sadguru is encouraging each one of us to derive strength from within and reach our divine potential. Let us all rise to the occasion and collectively resolve to embody the wisdom of Bharat in our lives, for if an individual is transformed, the family, the society, the nation, and ultimately the world shall follow. Thank you. Vande Mataram. Jai Sai Ram.
Our second speaker for today is Sainath of grade 9 from Sri Sathya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam, Muddenahalli campus. Brother Sainath, please.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of Sadguru Shri Madhusudan Sai. Respected elders, teachers, and all my loving brothers and sisters, wishing you all a happy 77th Republic Day of India. Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba once said, Bharata Deshamanu Narinja Pandu Polcha, Kanaga Jatulu Matamulu Tonalu Kade. Binna Tegalanu Vruttulu avi enni unna, భారతదేశాన పుట్టుటే భాగ్యమగును ఐకమత్యంబు జ్ఞానంబు నందజేయు దివ్య జ్యోతి వెలిగించు దేశమిదియే. It means that India is just like the orange fruit, where various castes and religions are like the fruitlets in it. Is it not good fortune to be born in the land of Bharat, though there are varieties and diversities in it? India is the country that lights the divine lamp of unity and wisdom. Our nation is the land of diverse cultures, traditions, delicacies, and faiths. Though there are innumerable reasons why India is special, it was forged by its spirituality and values. From ancient times, we Indians have believed that true strength comes from within. Our spirituality teaches us to lead a life of truth, self-discipline, compassion, love, and respect for all. These spiritual ideas have sustained centuries of invasions and colonialism, which makes us extremely unique. As anybody else, I too thought patriotism was something to do about the soldiers. But later on, after coming to this wonderful place and seeing Sadhguru's humanitarian work, I understood that patriotism was not only about saving the people from enemies, but also serving them within the boundaries. In this context, we can understand that our contributions towards the nation may be different because our capabilities and roles are different. but what really matters is the effort we put in. Today, as we celebrate this momentous occasion, we have to question ourselves whether we are ready to put in such an effort with dedication and commitment towards the nation. We, as the younger generation, have a greater responsibility to shoulder. We must not forget that education is not only about academic success, but that education should enable us to inculcate cultural and moral values to build a strong character, because the change of the nation starts with an individual's transformation. Today, we must not only be proud of our progress and achievements, but we must pledge to do whatever we can in our own capabilities towards the nation's welfare. Let us not only recite the stories of our great freedom fighters and national leaders, but let us take inspiration from them and lead a life of complete balance of modern technologies guided by spiritual guidance. I would like to conclude by offering my heartfelt gratitude to Sadhguru for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak in front of all of you, and I would also thank all the audience for your patient listening. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
It was in the year 1973, inspired and guided by Bhagwan Baba, Sri Madhyal Narayan Bhatt built the second school here in the remote hamlet of Muddenahalli. Sri B. N. Narasimhamurthy Sir played a pivotal role during the formative years of the educational institution. Christened by Bhagwan himself as Sathya Sai Grama, this institution began with just 27 boys in grade 8. Over 50 years, it has nurtured and molded thousands of students into responsible citizens of the country. Today, Sathya Sai Grama is a global village and the epicenter of the One World, One Family mission, serving humanity in more than 100 countries. This is a thrice blessed land sanctified by three Mahapurushas, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, Sri Madhyal Narayan Bhatt, and now Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Over the last few years, Sathya Sai Grama has drawn leaders from across the world and all walks of life, emerging as a place to which the global community now turns for direction, purpose, and transformation. Today, we have a special announcement. This year, we commemorate the Golden Jubilee of Sathya Sai Grama and are happy to announce that, under the guidance of Sadhguru, a month-long celebration will be held here in the month of July. To mark the launch of this historic milestone, we now invite Brother Girish Katti to come on stage and present the commemorative logo for the launch. Sathya Sai Grama is not just an institution, but verily a haven. It is our home, with Sadhguru as our divine mother and father. Swami, we express our deepest gratitude for that blessing. Now, on behalf of everyone, we pray to Sadhguru to bless us with his benedictory message.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. Since the ancient times, this sacred land of Bharat has invoked such selfless prayers in the hearts of the saints and sages, which prayed for the welfare of all beings across the world, not just for oneself, one's family, one's community, or even one's country, but for the greater good of the entire world. The people of Bharat not merely prayed, but worked day and night. The soldiers at the borders and the saints in the center, they continued to protect this great legacy of Bharatavarsha. When today we sit under the free skies of this great ancient spiritual land, we must be grateful to all those innumerable people who have gifted us this privilege to live in a country like this. Despite several challenges over centuries, the soul of Bharat has remained. And that is the reason why we are still today called as Bharatiyas. But Bharatiyas do not mean people belonging only to this land. Bharatiyas were not just the citizens of Bharat, but they were truly world citizens. They embraced all cultures, all philosophies, all religions, and people of all walks of life to assimilate and amalgamate them with the Bharatiya Samskriti. And in this process, we have enriched ourselves and the world at large. Being born in a land as sacred as this is a blessing from the gods and the good deeds of several lifetimes. While we sometimes take this great privilege and blessing for granted, but we must not do so. I travel around the world. I've been to countries that are richer than us and much, much poorer than us too. There are countries that are more prosperous and also the countries that are grappling with poverty and deprivation. There are countries that are at war and conflicts, and they do not have the privilege of freedom and liberty as we do. There are countries that call themselves as democratic, but truly they do not live by those principles like we do. Here everybody has a place, and everybody's place is respected. Everybody is considered as one's own and looked after as one's family. This great ideal of Bharat is the reason why we are still together as one great nation and have not broken into pieces. When I was young, we used to hear these songs being relayed on television and radio during such occasions as the Republic Day or the Independence Day. And one song that remained with me, that resonated with me, was the song in Hindi which said, "हम लाए हैं तूफान से कश्ती निकाल के, इस देश को रखना मेरे बच्चों संभाल के, तुम ही भविष्य हो मेरे भारत विशाल के, इस देश को रखना मेरे बच्चों संभाल के." Which means our ancestors who have fought for the preservation of this country, the protection of our land and its culture, they say to us that we have somehow managed to steer this boat out of the storm and brought it to the safe shores. But now it is your responsibility, our children, to preserve and protect this great legacy and culture that we have handed down to you. You are the future of our great country, Bharat Vishal. And you have this responsibility of preserving and protecting and promoting this land and its culture. When I heard this song, it did not invoke in me a sense of patriotism. I was not wanting to go to the borders and die for the country, but rather it invoked in me a sense of gratefulness, gratitude, and a sense of responsibility and accountability. While we did not participate in all that it took for us to be what we are today, many of us have not faced those hardships and struggles that our ancestors did. But we are the recipients of their hard work, their struggle, their sacrifices. And it is our not merely a privilege, but a huge responsibility to look after this legacy. When Madhyal Narayan Bhatt was moved by the plight of the motherland and the plight of the world at large, especially of the rural poor, and he thought to himself, what can he do? Whatever he had, he offered it to the country. His wealth was given away to build institutions that would inspire the younger generation who would preserve and protect the legacy of this great land. He gave up his own life, his personal ambitions for the sake of the country. And all that was with him, Tana, Mana, Dhana, Jivana, everything he gave to this land because he wanted to see to that he lived up to the expectations of the ancestors, of the forefathers, of the freedom fighters who had given this great land as a free land to us. But he saw that freedom did not exist, democracy did not exist everywhere. There were people with privileges and the others were deprived. And he wanted to do something about it. He was immensely moved and touched by the poor and the poverty that was prevailing in the rural India especially. And not merely material poverty, but spiritual poverty, which was the reason why India would not progress the way it should. At that point of time, he took this call that I must dedicate everything for the welfare of my people. And he did that. Till his very last breath, he worked and worked and worked for the welfare of all, without an eye on recognition, reward, or any other personal aggrandizement. Borrowing from his great life, walking in his footsteps, in this very 100th anniversary year of his birth, would be the greatest tribute that we can offer, not only to him, but to this country as well. This country is a republic. It's by the people, for the people, of the people. It's not the policies that would change the fate of the people. It is the people who will change the fate and destiny of the people. And that is what the previous two young speakers said. It's the individual transformation that will lead to the greater transformation of the country and the world. And the onus lies not on the teachers, not on the great policymakers, the politicians and the social leaders, but the onus lies on each one of us. It is with each one of us. It is up to us to rise up to the occasion and live up to the expectations of our forefathers. And do not look around to find who is not doing what is needed to be done and point fingers at them. Rather look at yourself and ask whether am I living up to the expectations of who I should be. If I set my conduct right, my character right, my commitments right, definitely there will be a transformation in me, and through that process, many, many more people around me will get transformed. Don't look around at the size of the problem and get disheartened that this is unresolvable. Rather look at what you can do as an individual in your capacity to begin with. And as you begin, more and more people would join you. Narayan Bhatt started all alone, in a way defying his own family traditions of being a landlord and ruling over the poor peasants. He decided to be one amongst the many, the ordinary, become a school teacher so that he can mold the character of the younger generation, because he knew that is where all the investments must be made. Disappointing his own parents, who had great expectations from the only son, that he would take forward their family legacy of wealth and fortune and do well for himself and the family and remain a landlord and live in plenty. He disappointed them by not agreeing to all of that. In fact, he gave away everything that he had, even though his neighbors or his relatives resisted. They even attacked him, and he almost was at the verge of death. Despite that, he forgave all of them and continued to do what he had got to do. So much so that it is said, and we know, that one of the relatives who attacked him in a deadly way, he gave the admission to that very fellow's son, saying the son has not made the mistake. Why should he be punished for the father's fault? That kind of large-heartedness was Madhyal Narayan Bhatt. And not only he talked about it, he practiced it in his life. And that inspiration is what has brought up these institutions. In his time, whatever he could do for the country and for the countrymen, he did. He offered whatever he had to the sacred altar of sacrifice for the country's sake. He lived a short life, but in that short period of life, he did everything that he could do. Bhagwan blessed him because he saw in him somebody who was a living, walking, talking, moving embodiment of sacrifice and selflessness. And that's exactly what divinity is. It's one individual, Narayan Bhatt, who started this mission. And today, 100 years of his life, as we celebrate, we don't simply talk about his greatness and give lectures and speeches about it. We ask ourselves this question: do I have that courage, that conviction, that commitment to walk in his footsteps? We haven't seen our great freedom fighters, the fathers and the forefathers who have built this nation. But we do know of someone in whose place we live, whose legacy we carry forward. And we definitely can ask this question whether we can do that, what he did. And he was just an ordinary man, not an avatar who descended from the heavens. So there is no excuse about why any one of us cannot be like him. And that is the call that I give to all the students, all the people, all the staff, and everybody involved in this mission. Please ask yourself, what can I do? Instead of asking what others can do or why others don't do. Let's not get into those wasteful arguments. Rather ask ourselves, how can I contribute? How can I be of use to this country and the people? How can I be of help to the people of the world, especially the poor, the downtrodden, and the deprived? If that answer you can give to yourself, then I think you are set to do great things in this life. This country is a great blessing, it's a great boon. Wherever I travel around the world, I always look forward to coming back to Bharat, because this is where your soul is. This land is spiritual. And anybody who has any spirituality in him or her would definitely find respite and refuge only in this land and nowhere else. Greater countries are there with greater prospects, but the purity that Bharat has, no one can match it. And it's not happened overnight. It has happened because of the sacrifices and service of millions and millions of unsung heroes of this land, the saints and the soldiers, as I mentioned. You have to be one of them, a soldier for the betterment of humanity. Doctor can be a soldier to serve the poor and the needy, as it was said just now by the speaker, that he thought that the only way to serve the country is to go to the borders and fight for its freedom. No, but we can also serve the country. We can also be foot soldiers of service by being good doctors, good nurses, good paramedics, good teachers, good engineers, good servants of the society in every possible way, a good citizen in the first place, a good human being. And that also is something that you can contribute. Let us not strive to do some great extraordinary things. They may or may not happen. But let us try to do everything in our lives, right from waking up in the morning to going to bed in the night. Every single activity should be oriented towards this one idea. How can I be of use to others? How can I contribute? How can I make things better for everyone? And when all these little drops add, they become an ocean. So every one of your effort counts. Every one of your sacrifice matters. Every one of your commitment is important to build this country and build the world at large. India has guided the thought of the world from time immemorial. Indian civilization has been the most ancient and the deepest civilization on the earth. And in the future also, it is India only who can lead the world towards a better future. In the present times, as we see, we do not know, we are at the verge of another big world war. That is how it appears to be. The countries have become selfish. The leaders have become self-centered. And self-promotion seems to be the only agenda that matters to them. In these times, only Bharat can show the way. And Bharat is not just one prime minister on top. Bharat is not just the army of India. Bharat is all of us, every one of us. And unless we live up to the expectations that this country has from us, unless we are ready to shoulder the responsibility that has been given to us, unless we are ready to sacrifice everything and more that is there in our might, we cannot build a better future for the world. And this mission, as I have traveled and I have seen so many people from around the world come here during the 100th birthday celebrations, so many of these flags which are put over there, they are the reminders of that great event when all the world came here. Every single one of them told the effort, the sincerity and the intensity and scale of service that this organization is doing, we do not see happening anywhere in the world. And so it's all the more important. They kept on telling me, may you live long, may you live long. I said, for what? He said, we need someone to lead an institution like this because this is the only hope for the world. We do not see another hope. And then I told them, I am not the only one who can do this. I have thousands of students with me, and I believe that each one of them has a potential. And that potential will be realized in the future, and each one of them will lead the way. While I may not live long enough, but after me, thousands and thousands of these youngsters will come marching, and they will take on the mantle from here and march forward and take the country and the world to a better future. They were all very pleased because they said, oftentimes institutions die after the leader. They do not continue. But you are building an institution that is going to perpetuate itself, that is going to stay forever, because you are inspiring idealism in the hearts of young boys and girls. And truly that is my hope, that this idealism becomes your life's mission, life's goal, your life's purpose. As you are all marching, and marching is always an emotional thing for me, not because you are marching, but because in that march, I see the future of the world. I see the future for humanity. I see hope. I see positivity. And that makes me emotional every time our children march past, because I feel that these are the ones who are going to do what needs to be done. All around the world, I only see selfishness and self-centeredness. I see people with narrow-minded agendas. They are only there for themselves. And even those great organizations who seem to say, we are here to do charity, they do very little than what they're capable of. Because in everything, the question asked is, what's in it for me? And that is the reason why nothing much happens. But this is the organization that is being built on the principle of service and spirituality. Spirituality is the bedrock, the foundation on which service is built. Just service without spirituality does not last. And spirituality without service is of no use to anyone. So this is the perfect organization with the perfect combination of service and spirituality, and that is what should inspire each one of you to lead your lives in a better way. We are a very large organization across the world, and it is difficult for me to personally pay attention to every nook and corner of this great organization. Gone are the days 10 years, 15 years ago when I really knew the name of every student in the institution and every probably teacher or the devotee who was living in here. But today it is not possible for me. But I trust that the next generation would do what I cannot do anymore. They would do exactly what I was doing 10 years ago. They would look after their youngsters. They will look after their brothers and sisters, and they will inspire them through their conduct, through their character. And they will instill this hope, this light in the hearts of all of you. That is my hope. So I depend on this university to build such students of character who would lead the way, who would guide the way, and who would inspire the next generation. And I have pinned all my hopes on you. And the song that I heard when I was a small boy, and that inspired me to do something for this country, that this country has come out of great troubles and triumphed all those with great success, but it doesn't end there. The next generation has the responsibility to take it forward. And that's exactly what I'm singing to you today, that we have done whatever we could, and we are still doing whatever we can. But that does not suffice unless each one of you takes it upon yourself to take forward this legacy that has been given to you by all of us. This is not going to succeed. So success of whatever we do depends on each one of you, and no one is less. Every one of you matters. So to all of you, this is my call on this Republic Day, that to build a greater country, you must build a great organization like ours. And this organization means each one of you has to become the better version of yourself every day. More selfless, more spiritual. Unless that happens, nothing happens. And so, my message for this Republic Day is focus on yourself. Focus on your individual self. How are you improving? How are you a better person? How are you imbibing these values of spirituality and service? How are you practicing all these things? How are you facing your challenges, your inner demons, as they say? And how are you conquering them? Focus on your individual spiritual growth this year, because that is the bedrock, that is the foundation, that is the very fundamental on which everything else can be built. If that is shaky and weak, nothing will last forever. Your individual character is the most important thing that this mission or this country or the world needs today. And I'm sure amongst you there will be leaders who would lead the way for all of the others who would follow. But even then, even if you are not going to be the leader, still being a good follower goes a long way in building great organizations. So individual strength of character is the most important thing to build a great future for everyone. And so each one of you is extremely, extremely important for the future of all. And I want you to focus on that. Do not find reasons why you would not like to do this or why you should not do this and why you don't want to do it. Rather, find reasons why you should do it, even if nobody else does it. Why you would do it when nobody else is doing it. Do not find excuses and call yourself weak and small and incapable. That would be criminal. That would be underestimating the true divine potential that lies in each one of you. Rather, encourage yourselves that I am also capable of being like Madhyal Narayan Bhatt. I am also capable of sacrificing and serving like they did. I am also capable of building organizations and leading so many more people towards a brighter future. Remind yourself of your divinity every day and believe in it. Do not undermine yourselves as weaklings. That would be, as I said, criminal. That would be unpardonable, unforgivable. Remind yourselves that you are strong and you have it in you to be what it takes to be. Never, never, never underestimate yourself when it comes to your spiritual divine potential, because we are all made of the same divinity. Our expression is different because of our efforts. The more efforts we put, the better we could be able to express our service, our spirituality. And that is the secret of a better future for all. I travel to many organizations, as I said, I have seen all of them. Some things they do right, some things they don't do so right. And I have learned from all of them, and we are trying to implement all the learnings here in this institution. So sometimes it does sound like an experiment, but then we learn from what we do, and I learn from everybody whom we meet. And all those lessons are shared here. But at the end of it, as I said, the essence of all the learnings and experience I have had across the world is individual. When individual is strong, family is strong. When family is strong, communities are strong. When communities are strong, nation is strong. When nations are strong, the world is strong. And that is why it starts with you. So next time, when you want to find an excuse why you should not do that, look into a mirror, look at yourself, look into your eyes and tell yourself, that is not the way. I must be the one who should begin this revolution. I must not wait for someone else to start it. It starts with me. And that individual ownership is what I would want you to develop during this year, which is the 100th anniversary of Madhyal Narayan Bhatt, but also 50 years of Sathya Sai Grama, which was started by him in a small way, but it has come today to become one of the largest organizations in the world that is doing free of cost service for the poor and the needy across the continents and the countries. This is the only organization which does that without any support from governments, without any support from any other organizations. It's purely by the people, of the people, and for the people. And this is a great example of what Republic should be. I hope this model would inspire many more people around the country and the world to implement this idea in their own way, small or big. But for us who are at the center of this whole thing, a great responsibility lies on our shoulder. And as it is said, is देश को रखना मेरे बच्चों संभाल के, the same thing I said. इस संस्था को रखना मेरे बच्चों संभाल के. You alone can protect this organization and further the cause of spirituality and service. So I depend on you, and I know and I truly believe that none of you would ever disappoint me. And that is a promise that I believe you have made to yourself, to me, and to this great nation at large, of which you are citizens. And it is not given to everyone. It is only given to a few of us to be a part of such a great legacy. So remind yourselves every day of the fortune, of the privilege, of the blessing that has been given to you, and work every day, strive every day to live up to the expectations of your role in this mission and for the country and the world at large. A lot of blessings to everyone, all the teachers, staff, administrative, as well as leadership team, management team, to parents, students, and everyone, all the devotees and supporters from around the world. We are all in it together. This is a boat we must row together and steer it out of the storms of the present times, and see to that we can also carry many, many more people to the shores. But largely the responsibility lies with the students, and that would never change even in 100 years. You will still be the most important people in this mission, and you would still be the ones who would take forward this legacy. So it lies with you. Focus on your self-development, the idea of Atmano Mokshartham and Jagat Hitaya. That should guide your spirit, that should guide your thought, word, and actions, not only through this year, but for all the years to come. That is my message for this Republic Day. I'm going on a short tour of the campuses, because soon after that I'll have to travel around the world. So I will go for a week and I'll come back. But till then, please inspire yourselves every day by reminding yourselves of your roles and responsibilities in this great scheme of things that has been given to us by God. And if not us, then nobody else is going to do this. If not here, then it will not happen anywhere else. If not this way, it will not happen any other way, anywhere. That's my conviction. So, lot of blessings to every one of you, and lot of strength to all of you to do what you need to do. I'll say Vande Mataram and you'll repeat after me thrice. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Jai Hind.
सर्वसुगुणसिन्धवे सकलसुजनबन्धवे सर्वसुगुणसिन्धवे सकलसुजनबन्धवे गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम् सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम् दीनदुःखितपोषकाय दानधर्मप्रेरकाय दीनदुःखितपोषकाय दानधर्मप्रेरकाय सर्वलोकहितरताय सर्वमङ्गलं सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम् वेदनादवर्धकाय विश्वशान्तिस्थापकाय वेदनादवर्धकाय विश्वशान्तिस्थापकाय ब्रह्मज्ञानबोधकाय दिव्यमङ्गलं सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम् सत्यसायिनः प्रियाय सत्यप्रेमविग्रहाय सत्यसायिनः प्रियाय सत्यप्रेमविग्रहाय नित्यशुद्धनिर्मलाय नित्यमङ्गलं सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय दिव्यमङ्गलं सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम् ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्तजना संरक्षक भक्तजना संरक्षक प्रतिमहेश्वरा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रितकल्पलतिका आश्रितकल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धवा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे मातपिता गुरुदैव मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नागेन्द्राशयना ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वियो साई महादेवा सद्गुरु साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंदुको मंगल आरती अंदुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा ओम शांति 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 समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय। जय बोलो सद्गुरु श्री मधुसूदन साई जी की जय।